Our country continues to lead the world in coronavirus. We represent 4% of the global population. We have 25% of the coronavirus on the planet. As of today, data once available to the public has disappeared from the CDC website after the Trump administration shifted control of the information to Health and Human Services.
Starting today, the Trump administration has ordered hospitals to bypass the CDC by sending all COVID-19 data to a central database in Washington. The move has concerned some health experts, like the former acting CDC director, Richard Besser, who told Dr. Sanjay Gupta this.
What I worry with the data going directly to HHS is that it could be further politicized, and that's the last thing you want. CDC is the nation's public health agency. They need to be getting these data.
On Tuesday, 4 former CDC directors released an op-ed in the Washington Post entitled, "We ran the CDC. No president has ever politicized its science the way Trump has."
Dr. Anthony Fauci, who actually spoke with Trump yesterday for the first time in 2 months.
I have a very good relationship with Dr. Fauci. And
it comes after weeks of President Trump criticizing Fauci, months of the White House refusing to let Fauci do interviews with, say, me. More pointedly and recently, White House Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino posted this bizarre and nasty anti-Fauci cartoon on Facebook.
They're all on the same team.
On his handling of the coronavirus pandemic, 37% approve while 59% disapprove. The bottom line is the polls are painful for Donald Trump. Joe Biden holds an 11-point advantage over President Trump nationally. Biden now sits at 51%, up 2 points since last month.
I'm Barry Gordon.
And I'm the well-lit Andre Coleman.
And this is NewsRap, live at 5.
Hit it!
Well, we're through the looking glass now.
Yeah, we certainly are. How many weeks have we done this at home now, Barry? I mean, any estimates?
When did we start? About 2 months ago?
About 2 months ago. So
yeah.
at least 6 to 8 shows like this, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. And it doesn't look like we're going to be getting into the studio anytime soon.
No, it does not.
As a matter of fact, our own beloved director, Jared, is doing this one from home. He's not even in the studio.
So things have not gone forward. We've kind of moonwalked back even to another position.
Yeah, we really are. We really have. And I mean, as far as the reaction, of course, and the political side of this, I mean, we're experiencing a level of insanity
and incompetence
that I just never thought I'd see.
I agree.
I mean, you know, removing data from the CDC.
And preventing the CDC director from testifying to Congress.
Right. I mean, the governor of Georgia suing the mayor of Atlanta because she wants people to wear masks. And he doesn't. I mean, it is so crazy. Right?
Every time we get to that point where I go, I never thought I'd see this. I'd see something else I never thought I'd see. And
that's right.
This is another example. And instead of going, hey, people are dying and people are getting sick and let me help, it's let me talk about everything else and to try to cover it up and try to have campaign speeches in the Rose Gardens and everything else.
And they don't even make sense. I mean, his speeches aren't even making sense.
No, he's incoherent. He's incoherent at this point.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
I mean, it is very, very strange. And we already have a comment. So
okay,
join the crowd, guys. We have a comment from Gustav. So if you want to make a comment out there, just get on, do it through Facebook. That's the way we're doing it all these days.
Yep.
And the comment is, can we really trust polling anymore after the last election? Polling was not off in the last election.
No, the polling was accurate.
They just didn't predict what would happen with the quirks in the Electoral College. But they said that, Hillary was going to win by a squeaker. And in the popular vote, she did. And by the way, I've been doing a lot of political research lately. And I came across, actually, I calculated something that I haven't heard talked about a lot.
All right, let's hear this.
Because the conventional wisdom is that the Democratic Party, you know, after the heyday of Kennedy and Johnson, just kind of gave up.
Right.
And just kind of disappeared. And yeah, we had Carter, and that was a blip. And then we had Reagan and Bush, the first.
Which was
a
blip?
That wasn't a blip. But then it went to Clinton, then it went to Bush, then it went to Obama. So, and the story is that the country, and even Clinton bought into this, that the country had shifted to the right.
Right.
That was the story. And that we had actually, you know, we were kind of a right of center country. I was told that when I ran for Congress, right? You can't go too far. We're a right of center country.
Yeah. And we were slowly heading more right.
Exactly. But I looked at the figures and found something that I'm sure other people have found, but it just struck me as very weird and very interesting. That since 1988,
Mondale Reagan? No.
No, that was Bush.
Bush Clinton.
Bush. Yeah. No, that was 92. So 88 was Bush Dukakis.
Bush Dukakis. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So since 1988, in only one election since then, have the Republicans gotten a majority of the popular vote.
Wow. So which one was it? I'm trying to think off of my head which one I would think it would be, but go ahead.
Which one do you think it would be?
So 88. Well,
so then you go to 92. We can go through it, right? You go to 92, and that was the three-way race with Ross Perot. Right?
With Perot. And then the next one.
So Clinton has a plurality. No one has a majority.
Right.
96, Perot's back again, but Clinton still just has a plurality, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then,
so
and then
far, no Republican majority, right?
Then you go Bush Gore.
And no, that was Gore by 500,000 votes, right?
So it's Bush Kerry. Bush takes the popular vote there.
That's the one. So he took the popular vote. Then you go to Obama.
No
popular. That Democrats win a majority.
And won it again.
Right. And then you go to Trump. The Democrats win a majority of the popular vote. So, or a plurality.
Do you know how big?
So don't tell me that this is this big conservative country. It's not. The popular vote has been trying to get Democrats in office over and over and over again. And so we shouldn't be ashamed of anything. You know, it's the Electoral College. That's what's causing the problem. Just like Carville said in 1992, it's the economy, stupid. It's the Electoral College, stupid. That's what it is. And so it's our constitutional quirk that is allowing Republicans to even get into office.
Yeah. I mean, which is why, of course, they will always make the argument to keep the Electoral College, because otherwise,
well, of course,
they don't have the chance to win it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, so what we're saying is that if you erase the Electoral College,
you would have almost a clear sweep of Democrats.
Well, you would have a clear sweep, and here's why.
Because Bush probably wouldn't have gotten into office. So
he
you'd
would have
gotten
in office for re-election in the first place.
Exactly.
That's amazing. That is amazing to consider.
So isn't that interesting? And but it tells us something about this country, that it's not this right of center conservative, oh, let's not rock the boat country. It tells me that people want progress.
Let me ask you this, Barry.
Want forward motion, and you know, it's time to give it to them, for God's sake. And I hope Biden will do that instead of, you know, play it safe and play it cozy. I mean, so far, I liked his environmental plan. I thought that was good. And he's tying it to jobs, which I think is really good.
Right.
And he seems to do that more effectively than Obama or Clinton did.
Because he comes across very blue collar.
Right, exactly.
And because he comes across very blue collar, that's the guy you talk to about jobs. But let me ask you this.
Sure.
Last week, I asked if we were looking at a Reagan-Mondale level landslide, and you said we were not, but we were probably looking at something of a landslide.
Something of a landslide, I think.
So
yeah.
Let me ask you, how bad is this right now for 45?
Oh, it's horrible.
I mean, I know it's horrible, but let's say
it's horrible. I mean,
how deep is this hole?
I think we're looking at Reagan-Mondale, but we could be. We could be. I still tend to think it's more like 2008.
Okay, so we're still at 2008 level.
I tend to think it's more there. Yeah.
You know,
and yes, we have a comment from the Smile Lady using
hey, Smiley.
Distractions. Hey, how you doing? One of our stalwarts at the Arroyo Channel, using all of these distractions and putting lives in jeopardy to win an election. Am I doing it? Oh, you meant Trump. Okay. Yeah.
You know what?
Yes.
I'm going to actually disagree with that. I don't think these are distractions. I think this is floundering. I don't think he knows how to get out of this. I don't think he's going, well, let me grab this, let me go grab that. I think he's incoherent when he speaks. I think he's just floundering in the mud and kind of just thrashing around, kind of going, how do I move this thing forward? And he can't get a handle on anything right now.
No. And the other question is, and I don't have the answer to this.
I do.
Did Kanye register on time?
He did not. Thank God.
In any state?
No, in any state. He did not. And supposedly this is another bipolar episode. That's all it really is what I heard.
But it would have been helpful. It would have been helpful to Trump. So.
Oh, exactly. I mean, that's what the word was that Trump was putting him out there to try to.
That's what I would think. Yeah.
But I don't think nobody black was going to take that serious, Barry, and go vote for Kanye West. I mean, this dude's an idiot.
I know. But it's, we got to hold our heads up. We got to look forward. And this is going to be over. Maybe not the virus, but Trump is going to be over.
So then the virus is going to be over, because that's one of the main viri we have that we're dealing with right now.
That's true.
The Trump pandemic could go away come January if people vote.
Yes,
we gotta vote.
If people vote. That's right.
But
right now, let's go to the local brief because there's more COVID news.
All right.
This is your local news brief for Friday, July 17th, 2020. The city of Pasadena reports 1,585 confirmed coronavirus cases, a 132 case increase from last week. With 3 additional virus-related deaths, the death toll is now at 101. On July 14th, Pasadena Public Health Director Dr. Ying Go issued an order closing all indoor operations. The statement reads, "This order's intent is to continue to ensure that city residents remain in their residences as much as practicable to limit close contact with others outside of their household. Unless modified for outdoor operation or curbside pickup, some closures include fitness centers, worship services, non-essential office sectors, hair and nail salons, and barbershops." A full list of closures can be found on the city's website, cityofpasadena.net. The Pasadena Tournament of Roses has canceled the 2021 Rose Parade due to COVID-19. In their official statement, the Tournament of Roses commissioned a report from the USC Keck School of Medicine that concluded physical distancing was not feasible. The report showed that although mask requirements and physical distancing could be implemented during the parade, events before and after would likely encourage people to gather in close proximity. Local leaders are concerned that the cancellation will continue to hurt the local economy. According to a Pasadena Now article, Paul Little, Chamber of Commerce president, said that the parade typically brings in just under $270 million, The last time the Rose Parade was canceled was in 1942, after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. The 43rd Occasional Doodah Parade is going virtual due to COVID-19. The announcement comes one day after the cancellation of the Rose Parade. The virtual parade is slated for November 22nd, and organizers are still planning out how it will look. Tom Costin, executive director of the Lightbringer Project, the nonprofit hosting the virtual event, said in a Pasadena Now article, "This becomes a great opportunity to time capsule Doodah into the universe. It's not just going to be pictures of people in funny hats, but what it will be is going to surprise us as much as you." Traditionally, the parade travels down Colorado Boulevard. This year, attendees can watch virtually at PasadenaDoodahParade.info. Don't forget about the 2020 census. More information can be found at my2020census.gov.
So before we get into the Rose Parade, because I definitely want to talk about the Rose Parade, what has gone wrong here? I mean, because clearly something went wrong. Now that we're spiking the way we are, although now it seems to me it's starting to calm down a little tiny bit, because when they mention the states that are seeing the biggest spikes, it's right now it's Texas, it's Florida, I think it's South Carolina or North Carolina.
North Carolina, and it was Arizona. But we were seeing those heavy spikes. Now it seems to be a little bit of a flattening. I don't know how much, but was it the fact that Newsom didn't just take charge? Like Cuomo did, or were there other issues going on? Well, you know what? Every state you just mentioned, 2 points. Every state you just mentioned, it goes back to Cuomo did everything right, and everybody else did everything wrong.
Yeah.
That's A. B, I'm not sure we're flattening as much as those places are spiking so high up that our spike looks like it's flattening. You follow what I'm saying? Comparatively, our spike looks a lot smaller because they're one of those places at 10. I mean, just the numbers are astronomical. Let's put it that way.
Well, nationwide, we've broke another rise. It's 7,000 like a day now.
Every day or every other day, it's the biggest number since it started, is what we're hearing. I think a combination of Newsom not taking a stance and the expediency to fix an economy that's already broken, or to prevent an economy that's broken from breaking further. Instead of going, the economy's shot, we can take the time to reopen properly. It was, let's save the money. And now, guess what? Kabuki and Old Pasadena went out of business last Wednesday.
That's right.
You're going to see a lot more businesses go out, a lot more of these places go out of businesses because
I think Le Pain Quotidien went down a few weeks ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But consider this. It cost a lot of restaurants a lot of money to reopen. And then suddenly you close again. So they haven't even made that money back yet when you consider it. And then they're closing the doors again. So it would have been better to keep it shut than to try to reopen it and lose that money too.
Exactly. And we knew it.
Yeah.
We kept saying it. You've got to solve the public health problem first. And then the economic problem will sort of help itself. Of course, if there had been the kind of drastic governmental federal reaction that we needed to deal with the economy and really putting money into people's pockets, that would have been a different story too.
Well,
and
even that response,
we would have been able to stay shut longer.
But even that response tells you that the idea was this isn't going to last too long, and we need to give people money one time.
That's right.
And then I glanced down at the comment, lost my train of thought, and then we can reopen when we should have given people more money, quite frankly, from the beginning, so they could stay home, so they could take care of rent, so they could take care of house payments, and feed themselves. And then from there, we could begin to explore, okay, what is the right way to reopen? What is the right way to flatten the curve?
That's right. Got a number of comments. James Farr. You're going to have to answer this because I don't know what it means.
What's up, James?
Andre, your best bowl of gumbo.
Oh, he's talking about my column, Political Gumbo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's asking, if he sent it this is the best bowl of gumbo, or if he's asking what the best bowl of gumbo is. Either way, he can follow up. But I do appreciate the comment, and I appreciate him reading it. So, and man, the conversation is off the chain. So check it out when you get a chance. James Farris Show.
So your column, let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So your column is nationally oriented, locally oriented, both?
It's personally oriented. So sometimes it's just a couple of lines observations on things like cannabis. Like an example, one of the times I pointed out the gentrification of weed.
Mm-hmm.
When people who looked like me were selling cannabis, it was called weed. Now that it can be legally sold, it's cannabis. So sometimes it's an observation. Other times we get into issues like capitalizing the word black in newspapers as a full column and why it should be capitalized, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a me column. It's me.
That's great.
Telling the world what's up. And to tell you the truth, Barry, you should be reading it. I mean, what's up, man? Why do I have to explain this to you? You're not checking it out? Come on, man.
Right. I'll check it out. You're right. I should. And Smile Lady is back. Oh my gosh. She says, I'm stuck in Africa because of COVID-19.
Wow. What's that like over there as far as COVID goes, by the way?
Yeah.
You know, are there a lot of cases?
Fill us in on that.
Yeah.
Deborah.
Let us know what's up.
And hopefully you don't have it, right? Or you're just stuck because
everybody's hanging out today and commenting.
Why? Yeah.
This is cool. I appreciate the comments today.
And then Gustav said you're probably safer out there.
Well,
these days, yeah, probably.
Hey.
I know.
Judging by the craziness with the police, she probably is. So
I know. So, okay, the last thing I guess we want to talk about, I'm sure, in the last 5 minutes, marry Trump.
No, you marry Trump. I'm not doing it.
Have you written about marry Trump?
I have not. I've seen some excerpts from the book. You know, look, here's the deal. You could sum up all these books like this. The dude is a nut. The dude is a fool.
That's how you sum it up. That's right.
He needs a straitjacket. You can write, every family member can write a book. Everybody can say what they want. But in the end, when you read these excerpts, it comes back to Bolton's book. It comes back to what we knew when he, during the campaign in 2016. He's a nut job.
I probably would have said it more PG-13.
Dude,
I could actually say it on Disney.
No, see, that's G. That's G. You don't even want me to get into PG-13.
No, PG-13 because Hamilton was PG-13.
All right, well, I don't need to be
in
PG-13.
the words of that, he's batshit crazy. That's what he is.
I was about to say it, but I'm a Batman fan, so let's take the bat out of that.
Oh, take the bat out of it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what other animal to attach to that. So
he's kangaroo crazy.
Because that's the expression. So I'm not sure where to go with it.
Well, he's kangaroo crazy. He's out of his damn mind is the problem.
Oh, he's nuts. Yeah, he really is nuts. But in a really not a cute way.
So Barry,
not like your old crazy eccentric uncle way.
You mean like Joe Biden?
He's just really nuts.
So Barry, talk to me about the VP. Am I going to see a black lady as the VP or what's going on?
I think it's probable, although I keep hearing that Warren is pretty high up there.
I think he'd be a nut. I think at this point, without saying it, he has promised African-American woman VP, and he'd be nuts not to.
Well, he hasn't yet. I mean, he
has without saying it. I mean, that's what people understand is about to happen. And
but they shouldn't jump there quite. I mean,
well, they've leapt.
I think she's the only white woman.
I think Warren will be part of the equation. I think she'll be part of the cabinet somewhere, but I don't know if that's the best VP. I don't want to say best as far as qualifications and that thing, but I just don't think that's where we're going right now.
Yeah.
I don't know who it's going to be.
I don't either. I hope it's not Kamala, because you know how I feel about Kamala. I just don't find her authentic or real or even that
serious,
creative or visionary or So, I mean, if it is, it is, and that's that. So if we're looking at people of color,
Say black people. You don't have to say people of color, man. Come on.
Okay, all right, black people.
How come white people don't like saying the word black? I don't get that. You could just say black.
Because we feel that we're offending somebody.
Well, I'm black. Why would I be offended? Damn, come on.
You I'm not offending, but there might be someone out there who wants me to say African American. There might be someone out there who wants me to say people of color. I don't know.
Stop trying to please everybody. Just say black.
I think that Susan Rice would be an interesting choice. I think Stacey Abrams would be an interesting choice.
Well, he has options, which is good.
I think Keisha Lance Bottoms would be an interesting choice.
That would be an interesting choice.
Because she is showing some guts.
Well, she's showing up.
That's it.
She's showing up. And she said in a CNN interview pretty much without saying, yes, I want the job. She pretty much said, yes, I want the job. So
yeah, she did. Let me, Deborah did answer. So before we go off the air, I want to acknowledge this. She said it's better than the USA.
Good.
And they're stepping up their game, taking your temperature before entering banks or hospitals. Arrested if no mask.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's
on the no, I don't have it, but as an elder, the restrictions are higher.
Well, stay safe, Deborah.
Absolutely stay safe and come back to us well and healthy. And all of you folks out there, stay well and healthy. This is a tough time. So, don't be like Devin. Wear a mask, okay? And wear a mask, Devin. We're watching you. All right. Until next time, I'm Barry Gordon.
And I'm Andre Coleman.
And this is NewsRap live at 5.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yep.